Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give it up for the most phenomenal poet I've ever seen. Give it up for a great feature from Kate Cullan.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yes, give it up for everybody tonight. Oh, yes, give it up for Mr. Clary, Dina, Bob, my friend Erica, who came all the way from Pilsen with public transportation. You've got to love that woman. Thank you for your support. And Caitlin, who gave me a ride home from work so I could take care of my diabetic cat and get here on time. And Janet, I just love you all. Okay, but you know who I really love? I love my imaginary boyfriend. And I'm going to start my love by piece of a love poem for him. My imaginary boyfriend makes me hot. His name is Lenny, and he's got lots and lots of big, beefy muscles, tattoos on his big, beefy biceps. His biceps are so beefy and so meaty, and they look best in a wife beater.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe someday I can be Lenny's wife, and he can beat me in his wife beater. Yeah, I picture it now. You know, he'll come home late, after 8 hours in the salt mines, and a few hours at bars, and dinner will be burnt because I can't cook for shit, and he'll burn my thigh with a cigarette butt and bitch slap me into next week. Yeah, he'll crack my ribs and bruise my arms, and that is just during the makeup sex. There's always that makeup sex, because when Lenny bitch slaps me into next week, he cries like an infant. Oh, he's so sorry. And then we fuck into the next millennium. If I get a black eye, he sends me flowers. If he stabs me, I get jewelry too. I love my imaginary boyfriend. And this is the best part. When we get married and we get divorced, I'll take him to court and I will sue him for his entire imaginary paycheck, which I will use to pay my very real rent. And I will go cool places like Paris or Rome or Detroit. And I'll write like feminist slam poetry about how he used to beat me. My imaginary boyfriend makes me hot. Tonight at 10, he'll bitch slap me again. My martyrdom will make me come and earn me a brand new car. 'Cause baby, I'm not just a bitch. I am the bitch. Thank you. Yeah, the imaginary boys, those are my favorites, Imaginary boyfriends, crushes, and one-night stands. Why? Because they're so perfect. A real one, I deal with all the real stuff, real shit, I like a man I can make up and put on a shelf when I'm done with them. But most of my poems, just so you know, are about broken hearts, because why? When I'm happy, I bake cookies. So I wrote this one today, even tested on my coworkers. When I'm happy, I bake cookies, part 1. If you said you loved me, I wouldn't know what to do. Your duty is to break me so I can stamp arsenic-flavored hearts with bittersweet memories of my pain. I tried to write a love poem once. The whole thing kind of made me puke and gave me cavities. When I'm happy, I bake cookies. Eat them too, baby. You'll know I've truly fallen when the chapbooks have been replaced with chocolate chips. And I can't afford to let that happen. I have a reputation to live down to. And cookies and lovers are a dime a dozen, and most have no nutritional value. Part 2. Don't tell me to stay positive, or I will piss in your lemonade and slit your wrist. It's January every day. The sky is gray at noon, and the air is as cold as an unrequited fresh. And don't tell me not to cry over the sour milk, or I will spit it in your face. And then I will point at you and I will laugh. Ha ha ha! Hee hee hee! LOL! Look at you! How positive can you be with sour milk on your face? When I'm happy, I told you I bake cookies. And they are best served with bitter lemonade and sour milk spiked with vodka altogether. Sometimes I even break brownies spiked with little green things, or maybe I make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Preservative-laden white bread is always best for this. This one's to Mr. Forey. He's probably never going to hear it, but he knows who he is. If you were a drug, you would be cocaine. You're a walking felony, and every time I fuck you, I hate myself an hour later, because I know I'm gonna hate you tomorrow. Rumor has it, you're a wannabe intellectual, with barbed wire walls in your head. When I'm with you, I always feel dead on some level, but I pine for you when I'm not on your radar, like a fiend in debt to the pusher man on the corner. You're shiny and powerful and way out of my price range. That's why I love you. But like disappearing ink, you come and go with no other purpose but to trick me and stain my sheets. Every man has to leave his mark on my heart, eh? That's what I get for wearing white after Labor Day. The come down grates my nerves like an unattended child that needs to be slapped into submission. So I learn my lesson and retreat to the cave and leave the pyrotechnics to the experts who have better handwriting.
Oh.
This one's called Of Mice and Rats. Killing rats in Steinbeck style in the heart of Rogers Park. All I wanted was to keep you in my pocket. I can't help the way my hands... Let me start that over, I'm sorry. Killing rats in Steinbeck style in the heart of Rogers Park. All I wanted was to keep you in my pocket. I can't help the way you keep my hands warm like solid sleep after a good drunken binge. And tell me about the rats, George. Tell me about the rats. A year from now, or maybe 6, will you think about the strawberry memories I washed from your hair? And will you cradle another cheek the way you cradled mine that time you said you missed me and I felt like I actually counted for once? Will I become your psycho bitch? Will you become one more person who just fucks because making love is just too risky? Will I cry in my beer while you frolic with a girl in gingham who bakes apple pies and writes folk songs? And will I keep you in my pocket? And will I crush you by loving you too much? Never leave home without your emotional condom. I once knew a girl who got an emotionally transmitted disease from a toilet seat in a dive bar. It's true. She got it from a boy who got it from his mother, and so on, until the whole town was tainted. Osmosis was banned, and the world became a sterile, boring place. A year from now, or maybe 6, when you kiss the game girl under the mistletoe, taste the strawberry memories I washed from your hair and realize the Christmas could not exist without original sin.
Ooh.